Hi everyone, I'm Laura from gosimpli.ca, and today I have the third round of the Total Body Plank Challenge. Just like the other two rounds, we'll be doing 6 different exercises, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, in an A-B-A-B pattern. There is no warm-up or cool-down, so make sure you find one of each of those on your own. The only thing you'll need is an exercise mat if you're on a hard surface. Other than that, I'll get my timer ready and we'll go ahead and get started. I've got my timer ready, so we're going to go and get started with a plank walk in and out. So get up in a tall plank, and we're simply going to walk our legs out and then back in, alternating which leg we start with. So we try to have good alignment here in our plank with our bum not too high and also not sagging too low. So remember, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. Okay, so take your rest. The next thing we're going to do is a rolling plank hip dip. So it sounds really interesting, but it's not that challenging. Okay, so we start on one side, we dip down, and then we roll and then dip the other side. And roll over, and dip the front, and roll. Less than 10 seconds. This one can be a bit hard on the elbows, especially if you're on a hard surface. Okay, so take your 10 seconds rest. We're going back to that plank walk in and out. So up in the tall plank, walk out with the right leg, and back in, and out with the left leg, and back in. So you're trying to pick a spot out in front of you to look at. Have good alignment in your plank. You don't have to walk this really fast. You've got your core held in tight. Good. Take your 10 seconds rest. And we'll go back to those rolling hip dips one more time. Okay, so I'll dip, and then roll over, and dip the back side. Try and really exaggerate when you dip down and then lift back up again before you start your roll. Just engages those obliques a little bit more. Good, so those two exercises done. Now we're going to move on to plank swimmers. This one's really challenging on your balance. So you're up in a high plank, and you're going to do opposite arm and leg, and then switch. Now again, you don't want to do this too fast. It is definitely much harder to hold your alignment, to try not to get your bum too high up in the air there. If you find this really, really hard, some tricks would be to keep your feet wider apart, like as wide as your mat. And if that's still really hard, go down on your hands and knees. That's okay. It's not quite the same plank position, but it'll help with your balance. Next up, we have a reverse plank with a leg drop. So we're up in that reverse plank. Whoop, it's not a leg drop. It's a bum drop with a leg raise. I find reverse plank very challenging, and then lifting one leg just really adds to that. So you might see me struggle a bit here, but that's okay. I'll keep working at it. Good, now we're going back to those plank swimmers. So again, try and put your feet as wide as your mat. That will help for balance. And you're lifting opposite arm and leg. As you can see, this is very challenging for me as well. I'm always working on balance and stability. Good, now we'll go back to that reverse plank with the bum drop and the leg raise. So up, as you drop down, you lift a leg. And those hamstrings are working hard. And they're a much smaller muscle group than the quadriceps on the front of the leg, so they tire more quickly. So it's a really good idea to work them. Good. Our last set of two is a plank with a knee tuck crossing is the first one. So you're up in that plank, and you're going to take your right knee to left elbow, put it back, and then left knee to right elbow. Put it back. And you're just going to switch back and forth, crossing that knee under your body. Again, trying to have good posture. When you tuck your knee in, it's natural for your back to sort of arch up, and your job is to try and fight against that. Good. And because I love reverse planks so much, we're going to do another round of these with a knee tuck this time. So we're up. I'm going to take that knee out to the side and tuck it in, then put it down, and then the other one out to the side. Tuck it in. So your knee tuck is sort of off to the side, and the whole time you're trying to hold that reverse plank. And I know my bum is going to drop, and I'm going to try really hard to keep it up there. I'm working myself hard here by doing 2 sets of reverse planks. But I know it'll make me stronger in the long run, so it's worth it. One more of each of those and we're totally done. So back to that plank with a knee cross. Okay, so left knee to right elbow, put it back, and then right knee to left elbow. And just keep going back and forth, crossing underneath, trying to keep good alignment the whole time. More than halfway now. Great job. Here comes our last interval. Save the best for last for me, that reverse plank with a knee tuck to the side. So we're up, leg out to the side and tuck it up, and then switch. Now I don't know about you out there, but I am huffing and puffing right now. I'm sweating, and I haven't done a single jump. So I know my muscles are working hard. And that's a good thing. If I'm going to work out, I might as well use the time and work out hard. Excellent job. Hopefully you've made it through all 6 exercises for me. They're very difficult, hence why we call it a challenge. Make sure you check out the other 2 rounds of the plank challenge, and I hope to see you again soon. To keep up to date with the latest workouts, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click like on Facebook. Have a workout request? Send it at gosimpli.ca/contact.